I tested a tilting cargo trike, a non-tilting cargo trike, another non-tilting cargo trike, a rear steering cargo trike, and of course a cargo bike. In this video I'll show you a little bit of me riding these cargo vehicles while mentioning what I like most and less about each one of them. In the end I'll present a comparison chart with all the pros and cons of each so that you can have a good overview. Let's start with the trike first. This one has a pretty big cargo area and even a frunk. And it has a tilting mechanism. So let's look at its party trick, tilting. And it has a brake, so it doesn't tilt anymore and you can park. And then you just release it with a button there so that you can ride. So let's ride. It's very easy to get started. And as I turn around, I realize that whoopsie daisy, it takes some getting used to it. And then as you drive straight, it just gets stability, and it's also nice to maneuver when you're a little bit fast. But also turning around, I get used to it really fast, and it has a good turning radius, and I'm just having fun. It's really good to maneuver when you're at speed. When you're going slow, it's not so good to maneuver, but still with a good turning radius, and yeah, you can learn how to ride it, and it's just a really good experience. So let's test the first cargo trike that doesn't tilt. Well, the first obvious advantage is that you can just sit on it and it works. And you can turn while almost at standstill, and yeah, just start going when you're ready. As soon as I started though, I felt it a little bit twitchy when going straight. I don't know why that is. And here comes the first not so great thing about this trike, is that the turning radius is huge. So I had to cause a mess there. And yeah, there I go. I think I'm trying the steering, because while going straight is, well, it's comfortable, but a little bit twitchy. Now I know about the turning radius, so I yeah, give it a good space. You can just stop and still be on the bike, and you can easily maneuver or slowly maneuver. Yeah, that's one of the advantages. Yeah, this was again a very good experience with a few drawbacks. So the second cargo trike without tilting, as soon as I start, I realize it's more stable than the last one. And when I turn, I also realize that the turning radius is really good. So pretty stable going straight without hands. And yeah, it's nice to go straight, even though you don't want to maneuver it too much while going straight. This is very stable. Also, when you slow down, you can stop, of course, and then just ride it like that. Good to maneuver. Yeah, I think I was just surprised by how good it was. It's kind of fast to turn around. It's a good trike. I like it. You're gonna like it too. Very nice to ride. So while talking to the gentleman from Bakfiets, he told me that it has a steering damper, so that's why it's so stable going straight. Good job putting that in. So, the trike with rear steering, this is the wild card for me. A very simple mechanism, it's just a rigid linkage. And yeah, the cargo area is not the biggest, but it's alright. And as I start riding, I realize it feels stable and just easy. It's very easy to ride. And when I turn around, I see that it has the tightest turning radius so far. It's like a forklift, really. Everything feels well built while going straight or turning. I'm just gonna show off its rear steering. It's like a forklift, but it's easier to go straight than with a forklift, I guess. Very tight turning radius, and when you go straight, it's comfortable, though you're not gonna wanna maneuver it too much while going straight, but you do feel comfortable and stable while going straight. Yeah, look at that. You can just maneuver it so much, and you can be standing still while maneuvering as well, like the other trikes without tilting. You can just stop and go. It's incredibly versatile. Last but not least, the cargo bike. Easy to start, and as I turn, yeah, I realize that the turning radius is quite decent and it's easy to turn around. And as you drive, straight, it's super stable. Like when maneuvering slow, there I have to put my foot down, of course, not as easy as the fixed trikes. And whoopsie. So turn around, you have to get used to it, but very easy to ride. Also good to maneuver at speed. I would say that the cargo bike and the tilting trike are the best at speed for sure. Yeah, very pleasant experience. Let's summarize then. So starting with the tilting trike, it's less wide than the fixed trikes. It's very stable while going fast, and also you can maneuver it fast. If I would go far, I would like to be going in one of these. Also, the cargo bay was pretty good. My least favorite things about the tilting cargo trike are that it has the most complex design, so the hardest to assemble and maintain and so on. Also the most expensive, I guess because it has the most complex design. And also not as good as the fixed trikes for low speed maneuvering. You would have to put your feet down like in a bike. So the first non-tilting trike that I tried, it was the cheapest of all the vehicles that I tried. It was good to maneuver at low speed, so you can be at standstill and still steer and start and stop. And it can carry quite a lot of cargo. On the downside, it was not very stable going straight. It was twitchy, the steering, and it's not great to maneuver going fast. It's more meant to go slow or just go fast but straight. And it had a huge turning radius. The second trike without tilting mechanism was very good to maneuver at low speed, and it can carry a lot of cargo. It was stable to drive straight due to the steering damper, and it had a really good turning radius as well. The only downside of this one was that it's not as good to maneuver while going fast as the, tilting trike or the bike. The trike with rear steering, this was new for me. It had a great turning radius. It was just easy and good to maneuver at low speed. It was stable going straight, and the design is very simple. On the downside, it's again not great to maneuver if you're going fast, and this was more expensive than the other trikes without tilting. The cargo bike, it's the most narrow design, so good for going through traffic and so on. It's very stable while going fast and also good to maneuver while going fast. It's a simple design, or the simplest design, and it's one of the most inexpensive to buy and maintain. On the downside, it's not good as the fixed trikes for low speed maneuvering. You would have to put your feet down at low speed, and it can carry less cargo than the trikes just because, it's more narrow. And the last one is arguable, but I do consider it the least safe because, there are 2 wheels instead of 3. So yeah, that's it for the comparison board. And that's it for the video as well. I hope you found this useful and maybe even enjoyable. I'll see you around.